Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get ready for some football. Who's ready out here tonight?
I'm ready for some football.
I got to tell you that that national anthem sent chills down my spine. This is more of a throwback to my football days since it's nighttime. You know, it's about 7 o'clock, when football should be played, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. This is what they call, Friday Night Lights, right? When you play under high school football in Bansits.
Saturday night?
Saturday Night Lights for college football. And it's Saturday Night Lights for some semi-pro football for the CDFL. You guys are tuning in to CoachesAidcom, the amateur sports broadcasting network. Alongside Frankie Tovar, I am Eddie Ruiz. Week 2 action, CDFL, Game 2, doubleheader. East Valley Bandits, Central Coast Barnstormers. They are squaring off here in just a matter of moments as we see both captains at least on both sides, shaking hands in what we could expect to see a high-scoring affair. But with the high-scoring affair, it necessarily means that both offenses need to be as efficient as possible for the Central Coast Barnstormers. On the other side, I mean, it's East Valley, and it's two offenses essentially that are ranked at the top 3 of the entire CDFL after Week 1. Frankie, these two teams, from what it looks like after Week 1, they are just two of the most powerful offenses.
Absolutely, and you know, it might sound a little vain, but you can tell a lot by a team by the way they look, and these guys, their uniforms are on point. They are ready to play well, and they want to look good while they do it, and I am just waiting in anticipation for the kickoff, the first hit, the first clash, the first run, the first pass. You know, I just can't wait to see what the Barnstormers and the Bandits have in store for us tonight.
Yeah, and another big thing to kind of note is that the commissioner of the CDFL, so the commissioner of the California Developmental Football League, is unfortunately in the hospital. From what we were told, he was hospitalized, I believe it was last night. And now the head coach for the East Valley Bandits, Richard Cobb, takes over as the interim commissioner duties. So you're out there being the interim commissioner, and you're out there the head coach and / one of the owners basically of this team. You have a lot on your mind.
A lot on his plate, yes.
How's he going to keep composed? How's he going to keep everything calm, basically?
You know, we spoke with him, and he seems to have the character to be able to deal with these type of situations. And, you know, I'm sure right now, once the ball gets kicked off and the game gets going, his mind will be singularly focused on the football game. And then when it's over, I'm sure his mind will dart back to the commissioner who's in the hospital. But, you know, we all send our well wishes to the commissioner.
Oh, yeah. Hope he's okay.
As I said, Cobb right now, I'm sure he's focused on his team and what they want to do to the Barnstormers.
Absolutely. Clay Jackson, commissioner, we hope you get better, my friend, if you are tuning in for any particular reason into this game. This should be, honestly, I think this is the game of the week as far as the CDFL is concerned, at least leading up to it. When we take a look at the statistics from both sides and the way they performed after Week 1, this on all honesty, this is the game of the week.
Without a doubt, and we'll see if the stats on paper translate to play on the field, and I'm sure it will.
Oh yeah,
I don't think we'll be disappointed at all.
It'll be a physical matchup without a doubt. That we can guarantee it will be a physical matchup. That's a given.
And both teams seem to have good depth, so
oh yeah,
we'll see players performing at their highest peak, and that's all you can really ask for, especially at this level, semi-pro. A lot of these players, you know, trying to come out here and relive their high school glory days, and kudos to them.
You know what? With the thing that comes to my mind because of the way the Alameda County Knights kind of performed is maybe we'll see a defensive game. Maybe we'll see a 3-3 game. Maybe we'll see a 7-3 game. I mean, we don't really know in football. But the fact is, the way that these two teams had played after their Week 1 wins, it looks like they can really, really, really put up some points.
And, you know, last week with the season opener, I'm sure a lot of teams were kind of nervous, kind of uncertain about certain things. They've had a whole nother week of practice after their first game. They should be settled in now. A lot better play from both teams is what I'm expecting. They should be really dialed in, and chemistry should be built between each other, the teammates.
Oh yeah, moments away from kickoff. The man who's doing the kickoff duties, Danny Betancourt, recently went to San Jose City College, and the game is off. The game of the week, and he lets it go right past him into the end zone. Deshaun Williams Sr. does so. They will take over at the 20-yard line. Will the East Valley Bandits, the highest scoring offense coming into this week, a team that jacked up the scoreboard and put up over 70 points after a week 1 debacle.
Now, I have a feeling they're not going to be scoring that many points, but that remains to be seen. But I think this matchup will be a much more competitive one, and each point should be hard fought.
It is the last game also of this afternoon of the week. All the other games have already been played. Obviously, the first matchup that we were here for right now, this fine Monday afternoon, it was the Stanislaus Cardinals and the Alameda County Knights. Alameda comes out with the victory in that one, 24-2. This is it, though. This is the game, last game of the matchup. Oh, and quarterback Dustin Hagens, I think his cadence might have been too hard, and he probably forced one of his guys to kind of get drawn off sides, or they got the neutral zone infraction. It was kind of a little bit of a mess, and we're going to see what the first play brings to the table.
Looks like a neutral zone infraction. They're trying to fake that blitz and maybe just didn't stop themselves in time.
Dustin Hagens, the quarterback for the East Valley Bandits, a man they like to call Big Ben, but I made up the nickname last week, Big Baby Ben, because there's only one Big Ben, but he could definitely be Big Baby Ben. Airdrop's back. Dustin Hagens, powerful arm, zips it right through. Nice grab right there from number 11, Shakeith Fields. Makes a first down and catches maybe a couple more yards, about 4 or 5 after. And that is a great first play on a great first down, and they get another fresh set of downs after. And really, that's the kind of offense that we kind of saw, at least as far as week 1 was concerned, is an offense that in reality doesn't have very many weaknesses. The only weakness, or the only point that you need to maybe work on a little bit more, is the outside pass rush, because it did get to Dustin a little quicker. Then again, we saw the Stanislaus Cardinals be as effective as anybody on the outside blitzing. That's about it. So we're going to see exactly how the Bandits kind of are as far as an overall, solid team. How balanced are they?
They seem very balanced, and
a lot of time for Dustin Hagens. Great pass again. It's the same guy, back-to-back, Field Senior. Back-to-back first down play. So how about that already in the opening drive? 2 for 2. Not bad for Shakeith Fields. 2 catches, 20-plus yards already as well.
I was going to say before that play, Hagens seems very poised in the pocket, and obviously going back to the same receiver back-to-back, but I do know this Bandits offense likes to spread the ball around. Hagens comfortable with all of his weapons on the offensive side, and I'm sure we'll get to see a little bit more of those guys here shortly.
Central Coast Barnstormers held the San Jose 49ers to 20 points last week in their 40-20 victory. So not necessarily as powerful of a defense as we saw in Alameda's, but a consistent defense nevertheless. And you're facing an offense like East Valley Bandits, though it's going to take a lot more than that to be effective. Big Baby Ben, boy, oh my! It looks like he might have gotten a hold of the face mask.
That's Roy Edwards, which is unfortunate because that was just a for sure sack. If he get his hand placement in the correct areas, that's a huge loss. Instead, positive yardage for the Bandits.
Smart play as well. The Big Baby Ben quarterback Dustin Hagens is way too big to bring down with just one hand. So luckily, he is able to catch that defender a little off. And they get a solid chunk of yardage right after that. It's going to be added from the line of scrimmage, so they get about 15 yards. It really looks like a lot more than that, but a huge penalty. Honestly, it takes them already to the opposite side of the field. They're already in Barnstormer territory. So a 1st and 10. Hagens and shotgun. They like to do this a lot. They spread it out. Oh my God, and a hard cadence count again. And it looks like it's going to be another neutral zone infraction. Or encroachment.
And the Barnstormers know they need to get to Higgins in a hurry to stifle that passing game, and they're just a little too eager on that play. Empty backfield again. Yeah, the Bandits, they're just going to pass it. They're going to dare the Barnstormers to stop.
3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Oh, Higgins is passing. He gets pushed down to the ground the second he lets it go. So really not the most accurate. He didn't get his footing down as best as he could. And then again, though, Dustin Higgins really has the technique and the ability to kind of throw on the run as good as any quarterback in the CDFL. Excuse me. He honestly might be the best quarterback throwing on the run.
His mechanics are definitely on point. His 3- and 5-step drops. You can tell he played a lot of high school football at the quarterback position.
Higgins, a very, 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 very big man. I mean, he stands over 6'4", 230. Good luck trying to take a guy that big down as, just with one hand maybe perhaps, or even head on. I'd be scared to tackle a guy that big head on, man. Big body.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if he tucks it and runs it at any point in this game. If he does, he'll definitely have the advantage, with the exception of number 65 on the Barnstormers, because that guy is a mountain of a man. He doesn't seem to be on the roster, but whoever he is, he's definitely going to be a huge asset for the Barnstormer defense.
A 2nd and 5, Dustin Higgins. And there he is, showing his quick feet, my friend. And you know what? This quarterback seems to have every single ability, that you can really ask for in a quarterback. Dustin Higgins showing what he can do with his legs.
Oh, he's the unquestioned leader of this offense.
And he's able to pick up a first down. So just like that, Higgins, as he did last week in the opening quarter, this guy was in charge of 4 touchdowns in 5 minutes, Frankie. That's ridiculous.
Oh, wow. That's like, Reggie Jackson walking up to the plate, 4 home runs in a row?
Yeah, essentially. And the game hasn't even gotten started. Unbelievable first quarter performance last week. Obviously against a bit more of a deep team, and the Barnstormers, though, won't let it happen that quickly. And already, though, they're driving it down, doing a heck of a job, are the Bandits. Two running backs set, halfback run. Good job with the delayed draw right there from Isaiah Robinson.
Shai Madu from the Barnstormers, the last line of defense, gets the sure tackle in the open field. It's very difficult to do, but he gets the job done. If he's not there, that's a touchdown.
So this brings up a 2nd and about 2 yards after about an 8-yard pickup, what it looks like from Mr. Isaiah Robinson, one of the running backs, one of the many running backs for the Bandits. This guy is one of the quickest receivers to the outside. He's unbelievable. So with 10:43 left to go here in this first quarter, already in the opening drive, the Bandits doing a heck of a job. This opening drive, protection is there. Oh no, pressure gets on. Great feet work from Higgins. Oh, but unfortunately he gets taken down right there. Number 40, Tony Beal. Heck of a job from the Barnstormers, who gets the sack, and he forces a 3rd and a little bit longer than I think they had anticipated.
This is good, though. You want to see how a team responds to adversity. You don't want everything handed to you. And so in a situation like this, we'll see what play they pull out of their bag of tricks and execute against these Barnstormers.
Clock is running, 9:50 after Higgins just recently got sacked on that last play. The Barnstormers, a team that tallied 3 sacks in last week's win over the San Jose 49ers. And here comes up a 3rd and 5. Big play for Higgins. Pressure is on. Pressure is on. It was right in his face. And it looked like it was number 26 that was right there. Shane Suarez, one of the cornerbacks, came out after a defensive back blitz. I don't think they anticipated the delayed blitz from the DB. And that caused major problems for this offense. And again, Richard Cobb, very aggressive on offense. He does like to go for it on 4th down as much as he can. He has a lot of confidence in not only his offense and his defense, if that kind of tells you anything at all, Frankie.
It tells me that they're a well-oiled machine of a team who are here to win. They don't want to just compete. They don't want to just step back on the field. They want to win.
Oh, yeah. And they want to dominate you in every facet of the game. I mean, they want to control it from left to right, top to bottom. Higgins, hard cadence. He almost drew one of the players off sides. Hard count. He wasn't even from shotgun mode, Higgins. Oh, my. Nice stiff arm. Here's Higgins. What a great throw from Higgins on the run. Shuffling out. A heck of a job, really. That is why this guy is a special quarterback in this league. Wow.
And that was the Sonny Carr, and that is his great vision from Higgins, finding the open man in the middle of the field. Carr snatches the ball, secures it, and gets the first down.
Impressive job with his feet shuffling the entire time. He didn't stop moving them. He kept them in bounds when he almost went out of bounds on the run, and he threw from his opposite end of the shoulder. I mean, that is tough. Wow. Great play from Dustin Higgins in this East Valley Bandits offense. 1st and 10. 1st and goal, excuse me. The Bandits already threatening with 8:45 here in the first half. And they are running it. Powerful run. They give it to their running back, Isaiah Robinson. So Higgins, a nice start so far. He's 3 for 4. How about that? With 30 yards passing. Not too shabby to start things off.
It's easy to see why they are the most productive offense in the season opener last week.
Wind has calmed down really from the end of the first game. That's for sure. It's a little calmer than it was, but still, I mean, it shouldn't really play a big factor when we take a look at the strength of the arm of Higgins. I mean, he's got a bullet for an arm.
Yeah, it seems to be a non-issue. He seems to be throwing it wherever, whenever he wants.
7:50, 2nd and goal. Higgins, what a bullet! Oh my gosh! Wow, what a play right there from Shaquille Fields Sr. His 3rd catch of the game, and that's one for a touchdown. No, it's not.
Very close, very close, though.
It looked insanely close to a touchdown. What a great job from the cornerback, number 28 from what it looked like of the Barnstormers, Jerry Barnes. In reality, I mean, he just barely stopped him. What a great pass and catch, really, though.
And for Fields, though,
Higgins.
you know, it takes courage to run a slant like that because you're just exposed. He could get cracked easily. Fortunately, he didn't.
Yeah. Definitely, in a sense, kind of felt that, though, that's for sure. Very close from scoring on their first drive of the game. So far, proving why the most effective offense. Here's Higgins, 2 running back set. Isaiah Robinson's the guy. Wow. The second they gave it to their fullback, Sonny Carr, that defense swarmed it quicker than they could even get the ball off.
The Barnstormers doing what they do best, storming the quarterback. It was just their interior defensive line pushing past the O-line of the Bandits, getting into the backfield.
4th and goal is coming up for the Bandits on offense after getting blown up really on that last play and losing a couple of yards. They lost about 2.
You talk about setting the tone. If the Barnstormers can execute this defensive stand, oh, that'd be such a tone setter for them. Great confidence builder.
Huge opportunity for the Barnstormers. Huge opportunity for the Bandits. Who's going to strike on this 4th down? 4th and goal. Higgins is dropped back. The quarterback tries to do it himself. Oh, boy, he is short. Great job from the defense of the Barnstormers, who just absolutely dominated the interior line on those last 2 plays, Frankie.
And you know Higgins is disappointed. Being able to drive down the field the way they did, having so much success, and then falling short at the very end, man, you know he wants that ball back. Luckily, they'll get many, many more possessions to try and rectify that mistake of not punching into the end zone. But we'll see the defense can do a little better. The Barnstormers are backed up in their own end zone.
They are.
Not a very comfortable position to be in.
A 9-minute drive, Frankie, and they came away with no points. Wow. And the East Valley Bandits defense, they have been doing some damage, that's for sure, on that side. They know what they can do. Omari Carr is the quarterback for the Central Coast Barnstormers. Obviously, both sides undefeated after week 1, 1-0, 1-0. That is the storyline of this game, the battle of the undefeateds, and really the game of the week.
Yeah, and whoever wins this game tonight will establish themselves as the leaders in the CDFL.
Wow. Tremendous run, powerful run right there from number 20, Derek Morrison, and that is the biggest play allowed from this East Valley Bandits defense over the last 4, almost 5 quarters. Some of the top playmakers to watch out for, at least for the Bandits. Number 3, Markeith Thomas, the cornerback, had 3 interceptions last week. And obviously, you can't forget Matthew Greenlee, number 34, the linebacker right there, making the tackle. Almost made the tackle. It looked like number 5 evaded it, and that was Craig Walton, originally from De Anza. And what a job to get out of their 5-yard line of the Barnstormers, especially after that great run from Derek Morrison, who is one of the star players of this team.
You can tell they have a lot of speed on the Barnstormers, and so it's no surprise they're going to try and exploit the outside edge.
Omari Carr, nice throw from Omari Carr. What a great catch.
Back shoulder throw, perfection.
Beautiful catch right there.
That was number 84 from the Barnstormers. Again, his name is not on the roster either, but we'll give him props nonetheless, number 84.
A tremendous throw from Omari Carr, the quarterback.
And just 3 plays to go from inside the 5 to the 50.
Wow. How about this effort so far? On that 1st and 10 play, he loses a couple yards, does Derek Morrison. Push back about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards. So this is going to bring up a 2nd and about 12. Here in this opening quarter of this essentially first place game early on in the CDFL.
And we'll see if the Bandits defense can conjure up some of the magic that the Barnstormers did last possession and keep the scoreboard knotted at 0.
Carr again looking for his receiver. Oh boy, nice tackle right there from Markeith Thomas. We're going to have to get an updated roster somehow, Frankie, because if they keep throwing it to number 84, I feel so rude just calling him number 84. But
he has
we
a
have
name,
no
Eddie.
choice.
He has a name.
He absolutely has a name, but the roster just doesn't have his name on it.
And we talked a lot about Hagen's arm and his ability from the pocket.
Oh,
Carr
boy.
is looking fantastic so far.
He looks like
his
Derek
first
Carr.
drive. Derek Carr.
Omari Carr is looking like Derek Carr. And there you go, 1st and 10 play right here. What a great run so far. Shuffling 1, 2. A swarm tackling. And that was a nice run right there from Dupree Ellie, a man out of North Dakota coming all the way over here to the Central Coast. How about that? So this brings up now a 2nd down. And East Valley Bandits, I think they've found their match because they are getting just, not controlled, but my goodness, it really looks like they're playing their brothers.
They got some real opposition. It's definitely not the matchup that they had last week.
Not week 1 matchup battle, I think, for both sides. Omari Carr, great pass to the outside part of the field, completes it to number 23, Billy Carlisle. The far end, he makes his way inside the red zone. A great job from Carlisle.
Hey man, Greg Walton came in there, storming in there, trying to get that block, the pick block, and if he connects with that, that might have been the hit of the day.
Just the thought hurt me. 1st and 10. Oh, 1st and goal. Whoa, my goodness. Powerful run. Bolstering his way in there. And the Bandits are suggesting that it might have been a fumble. You have a couple guys pointing that way. Did it happen? Yes, it did. Oh, my goodness. How about the... Wow. What a chain of events happening here. This is just remarkable.
Back-to-back defensive stands from these two teams. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Wow.
Although I'm sure the Barnstormers were asking for points.
You know what? And we talked about these two teams being able to score so many points, but luckily I was able to throw in just before we started that the possibility of a defensive game was in play. It was more possible to happen because this is football. That always happens when we anticipate one thing. It's like a football. Exactly. I was going to say it's always the opposite, it seems like. It's crazy. I love football. Well, a turnover on downs inside the 10. Wow. Heck of a job from the East Valley Bandits defense. And it has already early on been a defensive game from two of the most productive offenses in the CDFL. 1st and 10. Hagans from shotgun. And he is set up just the way he likes it. 5 receivers, 3 to his right, 2 to his left. Enough time for Hagans. Plenty more, enough time. One-handed attempt. Just can't grab it. So we're looking at a 2nd down now with 44 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. It's been a very quick quarter, actually. I mean, the way that these offenses have been running, I guess it makes a lot of sense. But so far, no points on the board for two very explosive offenses.
And at this point, you have to think that the team who makes the first mistake is going to pay dearly, and it may even cost them the game. So we'll see who can execute, who can take advantage of opportunities. In close matchups like this, it's all about the first mistake.
And Hagans on a 2nd down. He completes it to the outside part, the far end of the field. What a tremendous job from Hagans and his receiver.
I believe that was Deshaun Williams.
"20 seconds left to go. It looks like this will probably be the last play.
I expect Hagans to throw deep.
6 seconds and counting. 3 seconds. Are they going to get the snap off just in time? Hagans does. Oh boy, and that is how this first quarter ends, with a sack on Dustin Hagans, Big Baby Ben. Just like that, the first half ends scoreless, 0-0 between two high-powered flying offenses, Barnstormers and the Bandits, 0-0. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this for CoachesAid.com. And we're back here at Big Valley Christian High School for CoachesAid.com, the amateur sports broadcasting network, alongside Frankie Tovar. I am Eddie Ruiz. Week 2 action. The California Developmental Football League is here, and we have two teams really sitting on top of the standings as of right now after week 1. 2 1-0 teams in East Valley Bandits and the Central Coast Barnstormers. But after the other games concluded, obviously we have 2 teams that are actually 2-0 now. Alameda County Knights and the California Rogue boost their records up to 2-0 starts for both. So not looking too bad, at least for starters. And right now, this game early on, 2 very explosive offenses. As we mentioned, it's been kind of a interesting matchup so far. Very defensive on each side. Both squads on both basically interior 10-yard lines. Nothing was able to happen. Turnovers essentially is what caused it. A TOD for the Bandits, and then they forced a turnover on the Barnstormer side.
I gotta say, I'm very impressed with the interior defensive line of the Barnstormers. The men with no names, number 65 not on the roster, and then the other guy doesn't even have a number on his jersey. So the defensive line from parts unknown, tearing it up for the Barnstormers defense so far.
So the owner, Jeffrey Longoria, must be very excited. What a deep throw from Dustin Hagans. Wow. What a powerful throw. I mean, that was about 50 yards.
Very good throw, and it looked like a little bit of offensive pass interference to keep the cornerback away from that pass, but
yeah,
no flag, no foul.
And And sometimes it happens. It depends who the officiating crew is. They're all obviously a little bit different. But that first play in the second quarter falls incomplete on a second down. So a third down is coming up. I'd like to remind everybody to tell your friends and family. Coaches Aid, ASPN is broadcasting live here at CoachesAid.com. You can also rewatch this game on demand 3 to 5 business days and or buy a DVD from the DVD store here. All of it, CoachesAid.com. Third down and about 15 yards for a first down opportunity from Dustin Higgins. Pressure is on, the blitz is on. Higgins, I don't know how he evades 2 tacklers. Trying to look to evade a third, but he can't. Oh, he almost does. There was a flag thrown in the area. It looked to be kind of a little bit of a face mask call again, but we're going to wait and see what the official call is right after that third down play from the Bandits.
And if the Bandits are going to replicate their performance from a week ago, their offensive line has got to strengthen up a little bit. Right now, they look like they're breaking down a little bit. A lot of pressure on Higgins, unable to get a pass off. And when he does get a pass off, he's rushed.
The offensive line, believe it or not, week 1 action, there was not the struggling part, but let's just say that was one of the weaker sides of this entire team in reality. I mean, Higgins did manage to get sacked a handful of times from the Stanislaus Cardinals, considering the Cardinals have a solid pass rush on the outside ends. But in reality, this offensive line needs to play better, as you kind of mentioned right now.
They catch a break there with that penalty. So
huge penalty against the Barnstormers. So they are pushed up forward just a little less than about 2 yards really from a first down. So huge break on that third down play. They're lucky that they get to repeat it, and it's a third and very short, and this opens up the playbook immensely for them.
I venture to guess a give. Oh no,
Higgins from shotgun, and he's gonna take it himself. Higgins on the near side running. Boy, big baby Ben showing his footwork on that play. Not too shabby.
Fleet-footed, able to outrun Ron Birdsall of the Barnstormers.
Birdsall coming into this game was the leading tackler as well of the Barnstormers, believe it or not. He had 8 tackles and a sack in that week 1 victory last weekend against the 49ers of San Jose.
He missed that one, but I'm sure he'll get plenty more opportunities as this game winds on.
So the ball is at the 35-yard line and a 1st and 10 set up for the Bandits. Obviously a very efficient offense and an offense that can just really take off at any moment. Barnstormers have been very, very fortunate enough to at least keep them in check. No big plays, just a couple of 5-10 yarders here and there. And this run on a 1st and 10, maybe they get about 2 or 3 yards.
I'd say about a yard, all on second effort as well.
Isaiah Robinson doing a tremendous job. The young stud running back, only 20 years old. So it wasn't too long ago that this man was all over this area. Johansson running around the MMC, being the Metro Modesto Conference for obviously football.
Yeah.
Would assume a lot of the viewers know a little bit or two.
The Johansson Vikings.
Absolutely.
So he traded in his purple for some red and black.
Nice colors. Who doesn't like red and black, right? Second and about 9, maybe 8 after that 2-yard pickup from Isaiah Robinson. Here's Higgins again. Boy, look at this man run. You think he's got an arm? Oh, he's got some legs as well. Dustin Higgins, what a tremendous job picking up about 25-plus yards on that run.
And at this point, Higgins is pretty much doing it all for the Bandits. He's throwing it, he's running it, he's making sure that his team is staying in contention for a 3-way tie for first place in the CDFL. Now it's all about finishing the drive. That's where they had trouble last possession. We'll see if they can fix that this time.
So after Higgins' 25-yard, it was actually a little bit more than 25-yard. It was really actually close to 30. So very close to it. Higgins, heck of a job. Already in charge of, I think, very close to 100 yards of offense so far from Higgins. After that run, with the passes, it's 70. And there's a couple of flags down on the field. Let's see what they're going to call, but for sure the crowd is getting a little pumped up, and why not? These Valley Bandits are one of the better teams in the CDFL. And against the defense. So the Barnstormers get hit with a couple more yards. So go ahead and give the Bandits some more free yards on this drive. They've already given them about 20 yards.
Keep your eyes on Fields.
And he gives it right to Fields immediately. No trickery, nothing. Oh boy, and Fields is brought down hard, it looks like, actually. Really hard. I think he might be down at, I hope not, but he is.
Shaking up. Yeah, the coach is running out to his player. He knows that something's not right.
It looked immediately as he went down, he lost the ball. Just, wow. We'll take a break. We're not sure how severe the injury might be, so yeah, we'll take a break. Hopefully everything's okay with him, but that is number 11, Shaquith Fields Sr. down, 22-year-old young man. Hopefully he's okay. We'll be right back here from Big Valley Christian right after this. So Shaquith Fields Sr., he's up, he's right back on the sidelines. Didn't need any help. He got back up with his own power. Luckily everything's okay. So with 11 minutes and 20 seconds, Shaquith Fields Sr. checks out. Coaches are still kind of checking up on him. Hopefully he's okay. He did lose possession, but the Bandits got it right back. So now they are looking at a 2nd and about 9. So 2nd and 9 coming up for the Bandits in their 2nd drive of this game.
We got Tango Marcy lined up to the outside. Let's see if he gets targeted.
Marcy scored two of the Bandits' early touchdowns in week 1. So last week, essentially Tango Marcy, was in charge of 2 touchdowns by himself. One of them was a punt return, believe it or not. Pretty sweet.
He wasn't targeted there, but I'm sure he'll get a few throws his way.
Playmaker for sure. So this brings up a 3rd and 9 now after the incompletion.
And this is a critical 3rd down possession right here. It's only the 2nd drive for the Bandits, but they got to get something going.
Something needs to happen on either side. But the way these defenses have been playing, at least in the opening drives, you really, really assess it. You're thinking to yourself, wow, I think you'd be lucky to get 3 points. Let's see what Hagens in this offense can get anything hopefully rolling on their side. Again, a team that scored 70+ last week. Unbelievable week. Hagens, wow, pressure is on. I don't know how he evades it. He evades 3-2. Oh my goodness. And he just can't evade that last sack. The last guy there was number 90 for the Barnstormers, who took him down hard. That was Efren Salinas from Gavilan, who had a sack last week. He picks up his 2nd sack of the year.
Hey man, that sack lower than definitely puts him out of field goal range.
Well out of field goal range. They lose 10 yards.
And another possession that does not end up with points.
Wow, the defenses now have been the ones stepping up big time on each side. So Hagens is set back. He does the punting duties for the Bandits. A 4th and 20. Maybe even a little deeper than 20 yards. Boy, it is long. There's no question in Coach Richard Cobb's mind that they will punt it. And boy, what a stalemate we have seen so far here. 0-0, 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Nice punt, nice coffin corner punt. Look at that.
That's Hagens with the punt, pulling double duty. If I was the Barnstormers, I'd keep an eye on that because, hey, when your quarterback's your punter, it opens up opportunities for fakes.
It does. They can run it on a 4th and, heck, they could have ran it actually on that one, a fake, but didn't happen. And now 1st and 10, the Barnstormers are going to take over the duties at about the 20-yard line from what it looks like here. And that's where Amari Carr, the running back receiver turned quarterback, is back there doing some duty. Here's Carr, he backs up, pass is complete down the middle. Oh my goodness. And if he doesn't make that tackle, does Brian Todd, he's got a whole lot of field ahead of him.
Brought down by number 14 of the defense.
What a shoestring tackle.
And what
Clutch.
a tremendous play. And after that first down completion, Amari Carr back to his little tank of a running back. Derek Morrison is a big boy. They have him listed here at 5'7", 210. That is a thick boy.
Oh, yes, and he pushed through that bandit sandwich right there to get a couple more yards after contact.
Out of all running backs after last week's game, he's actually number 1 on the team, believe it or not. He had 68 yards last week against the 49ers, a guy out of Foothill College. Here's Carr, he backs up from shotgun. Quick pass right down the middle. Nice completion. That was to number 83.
And man, the Barnstormers know that there's a hole in the middle of that defense right there. They've been consistently passing right down the middle and picking up nice chunks of yards.
And another first down. They're getting those chains moving. A player in motion for the Barnstormers. And how about this run? A bit of a delayed draw handoff. Very close to a first down. I think he's going to be about a yard or two short. Absolutely great job from Greg Walton. Normally set up as a receiver.
Pumping those knees. That's what you need as a running back. Reminiscent of Roger Craig with those high knees. I know you appreciate that, Eddie.
Roger Craig helped us win our last Super Bowl, so I got to be thankful for that.
If you don't know already,
my goodness.
Eddie is a huge San Francisco 49er fan.
Oh boy, I am. And how about that play right there? Dupree Ellie, the 5'10" running back out of North Dakota, gets pushed all the way back nearing the line of scrimmage.
And I believe Ricky Wilkerson was in on that play for the Bandits. He's a big man himself.
Oh yeah, both these teams with a lot of physical bodies. As you mentioned, they're both very deep. They have a lot of players, a lot of great backups. Of all teams too, Richard Cobb seems the most confident putting his second, third stringers in there as well. Here's Amari Carr on a third down play. Big third down play. Wow, what a great defensive play, broken up by number 3. And that's Markeith Thomas, the man who had 3 interceptions last week in their week 1 victory over the Cardinals. Wow, he almost came away with number 4 already.
And a great cleanup hit from number 34, I believe, Matthew Greenlee.
Greenlee, one of the stars right there, the middle linebacker, and sometimes they even put him out at safety. Think about that, a man who's that size playing safety, that's a little scary.
We saw him out of his uniform before the game, and he looked like he had pads on.
It's one of the few times you could say that. 6:55 left to go here in the second quarter. Nice completion to number 5. He gets that one, does Walton, after Carr's strike of a bullet right here in the near side. And they just keep the chains moving. Another first down for the Barnstormers. Wow. Really looking to pick off this defense as much as they could. And that's one of the things with this league, Frankie, that we didn't get too much to actually talk about, you and I, but you try to pick off, or try to pick away, at your weaknesses on the opposing side. And what a throw right there from Carr to number 31, Maurice Johnson. Wow, what another great play from Amari Carr. And Frankie, that's one of the things. You expose the weakness to the opposition. Would you
Absolutely.
disagree?
No, that's 100% correct. And right there, the weakness on that play was over pursuit from Felix Duag. You try to go in there and make a play, but was moving too fast, and a simple sidestep was all it took to evade his tackle.
So we'll take a break right now, 6:23. There's a timeout call, then we'll be right back after this. 6:23 left to go.
Yes! 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 We did it! Yes, we did! See you, bud. Later.
Honey, who was that?
Who, that guy? I don't know.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
And we were back here at Big Valley Christian High. For some reason, I like hearing the MC get everyone pumped up and cheering for him. I wanted some Nat sound to come through my mic for a second. That's why I stayed quiet.
You got a pretty professional setup here. I mean,
Oh,
they can't see it at home, but you got a little mixer here with 2 CD stations.
Oh, they got what they need, and they got tons of CDs
And
too.
the Bandits even have their own little drummer over here, providing some atmosphere.
Wow, yes they do. And what about a fumble? Oh my gosh, that was unexpected. Derek Morrison somehow tries to extend, and wow, what a fumble. Luckily, there was somebody there from the Barnstormers that got it, and I think it was one of the linemen. It looked like it was like number 69, the guard or something like that. Couldn't really tell. I think that was Raul Munoz.
Someone was offsides right
Very
there.
close, very close, but spring up now. Second down. It was number 74. Really close. It was actually right next to him, and that was Jeffrey Longoria, who is also listed as one of the owners for this team. How about that?
The player owner, huh?
How about that? The right tackle is also owner.
That's kind of like
It's crazy.
Burt Reynolds in the Adam Sandler Longest Yard remake. We got a
Honestly,
Burt Reynolds here tonight.
That's exactly what it is. 5:45 left in the second. No team has put up any points yet. 2 of the top 3 offenses heading into this week. Here's Omari Carr, his pass! Wow, what a great job defensively again. Marquis Thomas, this kid is awesome.
And so last week, it was a chance for these 2 teams' offense to display their skills. Now it's the defense's turn, and they're doing a really, really good job of doing that today.
And again, that guy right there, Marquis Thomas, you know what? This is my first half playmaker of the game so far. I got to give it to this man. He's broken up so many plays. But without him, in all honesty, I see the Barnstormers already being up at least 14-zip.
Oh, especially with Carr and his accuracy. He's been doing really well from the quarterback position.
Oh, and that was a great throw. That was just an even better defensive play from Marquis Thomas was all it was. Omari Carr's pass outside. Omar. Oh my, he's in. No, wow, so close from being in. And tackled by number 14, Brian Todd, just literally, it looked like inches or just a foot short. Wow, what a tremendous job right there from Dupree Ellie. Just sprinting down the sideline. Wow.
And that was a heads-up play from Carr. It showed you the intelligence of the quarterback dumping it off.
Check
He was
down.
backfield his running back out of the backfield.
Great job, and Richard Cobb, I think he knows that this is critical situation, so he takes a timeout, and we will take one with him. With 4:58 left to go, we will take a break, and we'll be right back after this. We're right back here at Big Valley Christian High School, ladies and gentlemen, for CoachesAid.com. Week 2 action for Frankie Tovar. I'm Eddie Ruiz. 4:58 left to go on a 4th down play. Big 4th down play, the first touchdown of the game. It is scored by the man Derek Morrison. And the Barnstormers tack on their first score of this one. And just like that, how about
They took
the
a cue from
Barnstormers?
the Niners playbook with the read option right there. Just enough hesitation from the defense to punch it into the end zone.
And a touchdown at 4 minutes and 55 seconds. That breaks the ice for this one. And they will take a 6-0 lead any day of the week. What a heck of a job from Derek Morrison. Heck of a job from the line. Being able to sustain such a long drive. Danny Betancourt is out there. Oh boy, mishandled snap. It looked like, now I'm thinking it might have been a fake. What a heck of a job. Oh my goodness. Sterling Montgomery on the far end found Billy Carlisle for a 2-point conversion. Can you believe it?
They caught the defense sleeping on that. They were thinking, oh, this is going to be a routine point after touchdown. Nope. 2-point conversion.
Oh my, and for the first time this season, even though it is just week 2, the Bandits are down 8-0. The local team losing. How about that?
And Higgins is down there with his team and his offensive coordinator trying to figure out how they're going to respond You've got to think he does not like being down in an unfamiliar position like this.
Yeah, and when I talked to Dustin Higgins last week, not only was he so confident in his team's capabilities, really, some of the things that they can do that, you know, not very many CDFL teams can do. I mean, what do you tell your team when the opposition is almost just as good as you are? That is the question I'm curious to I mean, what would you tell them, Frankie?
I've been in similar positions back in my football days, and I remember my head coach was telling us to calm down and play football. You know, this is what you sign up to do when you play football. You want to play the best of the best. You want to test your skills and abilities against other players who are equally as skilled. You don't want to go in there and just run people over like a bulldozer. You want someone to hit you back so you can get back up and then lay a hit on them.
The beauty of football, and I mean, just like that, with under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter, the Barnstormers from the Central Coast take a big lead. You know, it's funny as we talk about the Central Coast, I mentioned that, and it's home. It's home to me. So essentially, I think this is our home team. Right, Chesco?
It looks like Tango is saying, kick it to me.
Oh, Tango,
the Barnstormers know better.
Dangerous punt returner and kick returner.
They kick it in the opposite direction, but Tango playing the role blocker.
Tango.
Oh, he whiffs it.
Wow. What a great return, though. Outstanding job from number 5. That was Deshaun Williams Sr.
And he's still going. He doesn't care about the whistle.
Oh, my goodness. Is East Valley talented or what? Boy, they got some very special players on this team. So the field position, a lot better than starting at the 20, that's for sure. So with 4:45, what will the Bandits do offensively? Is a touchdown kind of like a do or die here? If they score, is it basically, I mean, obviously they're right back in it, but if they don't score, Frankie, and the Barnstormers get it back, how critical can that be for the Bandits?
I mean, it's not do or die in the sense that they have no chance of battling back, but in the terms of momentum, then yes, it's very essential. I mean, especially considering that the Bandits will get the ball in the second half. If they can score here and then get the ball back and score again, it'd be complete turning of the tide.
We'll see what happens here on a 1st and 10 play. Very close to the 30-yard line. It looks to be about the 25, 26. Dustin Higgins drops back from shotgun mode. Pocket breaks down. There's a cornerback coming at him now. Higgins running for his life. Wow, I don't know how he did it.
He's got open field in front of him.
But he's got an open field, and he's already ran like 30 yards down the field. Boy, look at Higgins run. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
What a play.
Gotta be kidding me. What just happened? And Higgins fumbles it, but luckily regaining possession is Tango Marcy.
And the crowd in the stands are on their feet. They're cheering. They love it. This is what they came out here to see.
Oh, my gosh. And Big Baby Ben is a monster. I mean, this guy's already he has over 100 yards by himself.
He's got to be breathing heavy in that huddle right now.
He just ran about 100 just in that one play alone. I'd be gassed if I was him, man. I'd need a breather. I need an oxygen mask if I was him. 1st and 10. What a tremendous play from Dustin Higgins. Wow. Now they're just outside the 30-yard line, and Higgins from shotgun. Boy, I'd throw it right away if I was him. I don't want to run. Higgins' pass. Oh, and he does. Really not even a 2-step drop back. It was kind of just like a 1-step throw and wasn't very accurate. Falls incomplete.
It looked like he knew his receivers weren't open, so he was just going to throw it in that open hole where the defender's going to get it either.
Probably try to catch his breath, I was going to say right now, with 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Not a bad time to scramble around. You still have halftime, so get some time to breathe. And this second down, a little critical. Higgins knowing that this is a vital drive in terms of keeping the game very tight. We will give you guys a trivia question as well. Frankie's going to pick it out. He's actually looking at the list right now. We have a couple. Pick out the best one, my friend. I think you will, but
absolutely.
Just say.
I'll get that question to you guys after this play.
All right, perfect. I want to hear it too. From the pistol formation, he's got Isaiah Robinson over his right shoulder. And how about that? to Isaiah Robinson. Not sure what it was in a completely broken down play. Oh my goodness, they lose about 15 yards. Just a devastating play after a huge pickup from Higgins, and unfortunately they get set back way out of field goal range.
Okay, so now that we are waiting for the next play, let's get the trivia question. We know that this is the first year for the CDFL.
We do.
How about this one? When did the American Professional Football Association become the National Football League?
Ooh, so basically when did the NFL form?
Yeah, when did the NFL? What was the first year of the NFL?
Boom, there you go.
2015, first year for the CDFL. We want the year for the NFL. So if you know that, well, you can't let us know, but
we'll let you know what it is. But hey, it's an interesting question for them to look up, because I'm guarantee people tuning in right now don't even know. Unless you've been around since then. It's been a little while.
I'll give you guys a guess. If you were alive when that formed, then man, you are a long liver.
With 1:30 and counting, a third down comes up for Higgins and the Bandits. Again, Higgins running for his life. Wow, brought down very hard. What a tackle from Rod Birdsall, and he picks up not just the tackle but the sack. And the leading tackler for the Barnstormers picks up his third sack of the year.
He didn't just want the sack, though. He was looking for the fumble. He tried to swat that ball out of his hand.
We saw it. Luckily, Higgins is strong enough. We'll take a break with 1:12 left to go. Fourth down coming up for the Bandits. All right, we're back here. The crowd is pumped up. Everyone's getting so excited for football. We are. I know everybody tuning in obviously is excited for football. You guys are tuning in for a reason. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to CoachesAidcom. I'm glad you guys could join us. Alongside Frankie Tovar, I am Eddie Ruiz. 1 minute, 12 seconds left to go. And essentially what is game 2 and really game of the week. It really has been. So far, this game has kind of lived up to the hype. We haven't seen as much scoring as we thought we would see, but we have definitely seen one of the most physical games so far in the first stages, early 2 weeks basically of the CDFL. And right here, big fourth down coming up. Big why? Well, the Barnstormers are leading the Bandits 8-0, and the Bandits with the fourth and forever is what it looks like. With 1:12 left to go. I don't know why they're going for it. Why? Well, Higgins has got a cannon just like that.
Oh!
No, just off, not even the fingertips, but it went right through his hands.
Tango
Marcy.
He wants that one back.
My goodness. The guy wants a second chance. Can you give it to him? Oh, no. And a turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs.
Man. Oh my goodness, and the crowd is just, whew.
Well, the crowd is mostly comprised of the Alameda County Knights, who just came off a victory, obviously scouting some future opponents and having some fun at their expense.
Omari Carr, his pass, wow, almost a one-handed catch by both Matthew Greenlee and number 84 for the Barnstormers.
84.
Oh, there's a flag on the play. Not entirely sure what it. I think actually it might be too many guys. They're counting some players. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Well, let's see what it is.
Some confusion with the clock on the scoreboard.
As well, and the penalty is going to be against the East Valley Bandits. So they are going to. And the Barnstormers are going to get a couple of positive yards. They make their way to the 35 after the penalty. After the yards from the penalty are added on. So, and it looks like the clock just 6 seconds off is what it looks like. It was like 51. But we'll wait and see.
It looks like they're going to reset it to 101. .101 it is.
101, there you go. So that's the official time this penalty happened. Boy, these Knights players are quite entertaining. Omari Carr, here he is. Pressure is on. Pass, he gets it off. Nice hit right after touching the ball and shaking it, or excuse me, giving a little bit of a nudge to his head and saying, you know, good job from the Bandits. That was number 10. Daniel Miranda made some contact with number 4, Duprielli.
I gotta say the Bandits are lucky on that one. Their right end, Chris Todd, loses contain. Luckily they're able to recover and nothing comes of it, but you cannot lose contain, especially when you have a dangerous quarterback like Carr, who seems very mobile.
Carr's been very deadly here in the first half with 53 seconds, second down. Omari Carr's pass. Oh my, that ball's incomplete. Here's Greenlee with the hit. Immediately, Greenlee basically broke up that play. Great job from Greenlee.
And so obviously the Bandits wanted more time on the clock because they want another chance once they, well, if they have a defensive stand here.
Now if they're able to contain this offense, the next 2 plays, they should get the ball with about 40 seconds or 30 left to go. And I believe they have at least 1 timeout from what I remember. Here's Carr. He rolls out to the far end of the field. Carr picks up a first down and more. Tremendous job from Carr, who makes his way inside the red zone.
And like I just said, Carr hitting the edge. Again, the Bandits losing contain. This side on the left side, and man, that is going to bite them if they continue to make those mistakes.
Wow, what a play from Omari Carr. It's been the battle of the quarterbacks, I think. So far, it looks like Carr's the one just a little better, just because his team is on top, 8-0. 1st and 10. Oh my, what a quick run from the inside. He finds nice crease, and he's brought down eventually right there by number 42, Ricky Wilkerson. Able to get the tackle.
And Wilkerson with a low center of gravity, able to make that cut on a dime.
And with 35 seconds, it's a timeout that will be called, so we will take another break. And with 35 seconds, we'll be right back to conclude the first half of this one between the Bandits and the Barnstormers.
This new Egg White Delight McMuffin is really good.
And it's 260 calories.
Maybe there are other ways we can better ourselves.
5, 6, 7, 8. Don't give up. Push.
Hey guys, you coming to Ab Annihilation?
Yeah.
Yay.
McDonald's new Egg White Delight McMuffin. 100% egg whites and melted white cheddar on a muffin made with 8 grams of whole grain. The simple joy of a new morning.
35 seconds left to go here in the second quarter of this one. Week 2 CDFL action. Barnstormer from the Central Coast taking on the East Valley Bandits. And that pass falls incomplete from Omari Carr. I believe it was intended for Maurice Johnson. So this brings up a 3rd down.
Looked like he dropped that one.
And just off the fingertips, but it was very close to the ground as well. And what's funny is now the ambulance is back after a severe injury from one of the players in the first game, game 1 from the Stanislaus Cardinals. It looks like they said, yeah, we got to bring the ambulance back. Look at this run. Derek Morrison. Oh, my. Early in his way forward, and they need to hurry it up as soon as possible with 22 seconds left. The clock is running. Omari Carr, the pressure's on him. Greenlee. Oh, my God! Greenlee with the pressure. Who's going to do it? Shakeith. No, it's Markeith. Look at him go. Oh, my goodness. He's in. Oh, what a play.
95-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Wow. Markeith Thomas. Is he trying to be the player of the game for this week? A pick 6 as the time expired? Wow, Frankie, my goodness. What does this do to you? What does this do to the side that just scored?
I got chills, man.
I got
Creeping
chills.
up my spine.
Oh my God. Markeith Thomas, before the game started, said, "You guys need to talk to me after the game."
He wasn't lying.
Right now, it looks like Markeith is going to be the man coming up here and talking to us after the game. If he keeps this play up, a pick six. He's already batted down 3 possible touchdowns. Wow.
That's the definition of clutch.
That is the definition of a playmaker. Markeith Thomas, the man from Miami, Florida. A recent California native. I mean, it is showing tremendous
It couldn't have
ability.
been possible without that pressure from Greenlee coming in.
Matthew Greenlee
and
almost
making
had the
Carr
sack.
getting rid of the ball a little too early.
And that was just a phenomenal play. Outstanding play.
Oh.
Wow, and the extra point, no good. They block it, essentially, what it looks like, so no extra point. What a pick six. That's it, guys. That ends the first half of this exciting matchup. Wow, game of the week without a doubt. 8-6 lead so far. The Barnstormers lead over the East Valley Bandits. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for the conclusion in the second half of this one. You don't want to miss it right here at CoachesAid.com.
Yes, 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 yes! We did it! Yes, we did! Yeah, see you, bud. Later.
Honey, who was that?
Who, that guy? I don't know.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to CoachesAid.com. I'm Eddie Ruiz alongside Frankie Tovar, and this is essentially the halftime show of what is, I think, game of the week without a doubt. The East Valley Bandits are hosting the Central Coast Barnstormers, and what was really not just a quick first half of Frankie, it ended as exciting as football can end in a half. A pick six from Markeith Thomas, his 4th pick in only 6 quarters of play. My goodness. I mean, what do you think of the first half? It was crazy.
Oh, it was a fantastic first half. We expected this to be the main event of the night, and we are not being let down at all. As you mentioned, that pick six just whipped everybody into a frenzy.
Yeah.
The stands, the crowd got on their feet, hooting and hollering, and I would have done the same if I didn't have to work. But you know what? I'm looking forward to the second half. I can't wait to see what's in store for us.
Yeah, it was a battle of defenses and a battle of quarterbacks. What will the second half bring to us? We don't know yet. We're excited. We're looking forward to it just as much as you are. Just stay with us momentarily. Second half is going to start just briefly here for CoachesAid.com. CDFL action. California Developmental Football League is in full swing. It's April, but it feels like winter time right now, Frankie. I mean, the winds have been absolutely peaking about 20 miles an hour this afternoon. It's still kind of a cool night, and if you're playing football, in all honesty, I actually think it's kind of a pleasant night. I think it's actually kind of a perfect night.
Oh, yeah, they're not cold like we are. They're out there running around. Their bodies are all warm. They're in their pads. So they're excited. As you said, these weather patterns are insane, and I'm not a fan of them, but what can you do? You gotta live with it. We do have to live with it, but I guess it's just kind of a weird day of weather, the way things have been going the last month or two. I mean, we're in a huge drought, and it's just, I mean, whoa, where did this wind come from? I'm just like, whoa, what is this, though? Yeah.
Oklahoma in like 1920s when the sandstorms hit. You know, anyways, we are just moments away from starting this second half, and it should be one of the most exciting second halves, at least of this weekend, without a doubt. So if you guys are just tuning in, this is CoachesAid.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us. 8-6. That is the score so far. The Central Coast Barnstormers are leading the East Valley Bandits. East Valley kind of not put in check, but let's just put it this way. The offensive line is getting a heck of a workout.
Absolutely, absolutely. As mentioned last week, not much opposition in their way. This week, different story. But you know what? They've stood up to the test. They're doing well. They're only trailing by 2 points. And, you know, now it's up to their defense right now. Defense doing very well. Greenlee, in particular, causing all types of havoc and mayhem from the linebacker position.
And the quarterback, Dustin Hagens, with the kickoff. What a nice kickoff as well. Number 1 takes it to Ellie. Wow, showing his quickness. He hits his jets on the corner, and he makes his way all the way past the 30-yard line, close to about the 35. And that is where the Central Coast Barnstormers will take over in offense that has only scored one touchdown so far here this afternoon. They scored it in the first quarter with 4:55 left to go. Derek Morrison ended up scoring the first touchdown for either side this afternoon for what should have been at least a high-scoring offense, but both of these defenses, they've really been playing absolutely stifling. First down play, a fake toss. Run down the middle from Derek Morrison. Derek Morrison picks up 20 and more. All the way down the middle to the opposite side of the field, all the way into East Valley Bandits territory.
And Greenlee's patting his chest saying, my fault, team, my fault. He knows that was his duty right there. He either tripped or he got a nice little block on him, and it allowed that open run.
Just an inch off of making a possible tackle. Pressure was in his face. Oh my goodness! Right off the hands of the intended receiver from what it looked like here, number 5 for the Bandits. Oh no, Greg Walton drops a perfectly thrown ball from Amari Carr.
And I believe that was Ruben O'Neill on coverage, if I'm not mistaken. And, he didn't even put a hand up or anything to try and deflect that pass. He was in good position to do so. Curious why he decided not to.
So a 2nd and 10 comes up for Omari Carr, who sets up with his 2 backs. That's Walton, Morrison, and he gives it to Walton. Wow,
Walton, man.
Quick feet for sure down the middle, and I think he picks up about 4 or 5 yards after that nice little scuffle down the middle. So this brings up a 3rd and about 6. Not bad, not great, but a 3rd and 6 is still workable, and you can, you have a nice little solid playbook for those types of situations. 3 receivers set to his left. Tight end is in motion, comes on over to the right side. Carr, pressure on, gets out of the pocket. What a throw. Oh my goodness, and again another perfectly thrown ball dropped. Back-to-back touchdown drops. Oh my, the Barnstormers. Hey, Omari Carr, boy, this guy's got a great arm.
And that's the 3rd touchdown drop of the game. If you remember earlier, Tango Marcy dropped one for the Bandits. I mean, you take that into account, this could be a way higher scoring game.
And Omari Carr, again, back-to-back throws of over 40 yards and just really not making it look too hard. And the guy really just threw it with ease. Outstanding job, back-to-back passes from Carr. But as you said, the receivers just couldn't hold on to it, and they're going for it. This is a 4th down, and they are going for it with about 7 yards to go. Omari Carr, and he takes it himself. Omari Carr down the middle. Oh, a very close tackle by Matthew Greenlee. I think the extension of the arm might be enough. It's going to be a very, very close call. Actually, they might bring out the chain gang.
And Greenlee, no, he stops him short, I believe.
Very, very close.
And that is the definition of what you want from an open field tackle. He squared up with him, and it's extended and brought him down.
Greenlee did a heck of a job. Oh my goodness, and Greenlee held him. You're right, Frankie. As a former middle linebacker, my friend, you know what's going on there. Great job from Greenlee. I think they're still kind of discussing it, though. But as of right this second, the official call looks to be turnover on downs.
And the offense for the Bandits is getting onto the field. It seems that way.
Dustin Hagens, man, leading the way. And something we didn't really mention that we actually kind of just found out is Dustin Hagens, a local guy, not too far from Turlock. I mean, man, this guy could be playing for the Stanislaus Cardinals if he wanted to. He's from Denair. Denair right next to Turlock. It's a small little town right there.
Played his football as a Coyote in Denair for Denair High.
Oh my goodness. Well, how about that? They do call out the chain gang. They measure it. It's a 1st down.
Oh, wow. What a reversal of calls.
Oh, my goodness.
Not since the Cowboys-Lions game in the postseason of the NFL playoffs have I seen such a reversal.
Oh, boy. That was an interesting call. Now to bring that up.
Although in this instance, there's no home cooking since the Bandits are the home team.
So 1st down. Barnstormers. What a great job from Amari Carr. Walton is in motion, and he tosses it to Walton. Walton speed. Oh my goodness, what a crazy open field block. And he stays in! He stays in! Oh my, Greg Walton! After a nice little toss to him, he makes his way down the sideline, and he literally tiptoed his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Wow, what a play from the little guy, Greg Walton. That was just amazing. Wow, it happened so fast.
And that play was hinged on that backside block from number 84.
Great block. What a great play from Greg Walton, my goodness. And all it was just a minor miscue. Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Extra point coming up. And how about that? The extra point is not good. So really kind of important the fact that they were able to get the 2-point conversion early on. Outstanding job right there. And just like that, 14-6 lead here with 12 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the third quarter of this one. And just like that, the team leading is the away team, the Central Coast Barnstormers.
And what a way to start the second half. Scoring on your first possession.
Wow. And just a huge, it looked like kind of a down play for the Bandits. The fact that Carr was able to extend the play right there and barely got the first down. I mean, that was basically a turnover on down situation. They didn't get it. So what happened? They get a second opportunity, and just on one play, that's all it was, one play. Greg Walton does a heck of a job.
And now the Bandits waiting to get the ball back for real this time to see if they can get something going on their first drive of the second half. You have to think that with the way the game's gone so far that they need to score on this possession to stay in it.
In reality, every possession from this point on, I think is just as important as the one before, because, I mean, just as the game goes on, you're going to get a little bit more tired. You know, these are big boys you're playing up against. It's not going to feel any prettier once the game carries on, and you got to keep hitting them over and over in the third and fourth. They got to score this upcoming possession. How? I don't know. But I think Coach Richard Cobb knows exactly what to do. With 12:42 left, 14-6 lead. The man who takes it, that's Tango Marcy. Wow. One of the most effective players of this team gets brought down immediately by a swarm tackling right there from the Central Coast Barnstormers, who did a tremendous job. The special teams. Wow.
You can tell that the Bandits know this is going to be a close game. Might come down to the wire. We got number 7, Greg Camper, down there practicing his field goals, because who knows, it might come down to a field goal.
So a 1st and 10 with 12 minutes and a half and counting here in this third quarter. We're going to take a look at the Bandits offense. That was essentially kept in check, turned the ball over. Really just, it wasn't as efficient as they showed last week. The guys are there. It's the same team as last week. Opponents are obviously a little different. Now let's see what Dustin Hagens, the man from Denair High, can do as he is set up from shotgun formation. 4 receivers set. Pressure's already on. Boy, it has been on him quickly. Big baby Ben, what a tremendous job. And he picks up well more than a first down. It's almost a 20-yard gain.
The Bandits lucky there wasn't a flag on that play. Clear clipping call right there, blocking the back. I didn't see the numbers of who it was, but very fortunate for the Bandits that that play is not being called back.
Here on the near side of the field, where Hagens made that little juke move to kind of bounce inside, pick up another couple 5 yards or so. That's where it happened. They just didn't see it, maybe. Very, very fortunate for the Bandits, but they keep this drive not just alive, but looks like they got some momentum kind of going in their favor here with 11 minutes and 20 seconds left. And another fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Dustin Hagens from shotgun. 2 guys set on each side. He's got enough time. He's got enough time. Oh boy, and that pass was just incomplete. And it just looks like it was just a little off.
I don't think he had enough time to reset his feet. He was thinking to run, and at the last minute changed his mind and tried to find the open receiver, streaking across the middle. Very fortunate that wasn't picked off.
Pick 6 would have been terrible. Anything just like that, but with 11 minutes left here, it is a 2nd down coming up. And the Bandits essentially eyeballing the end zone. And let's see how they can make that happen if they can find it. It was a big drive, considering they haven't been able to score as many points as they did last week. Here's Dustin Hagens. Dustin Hagens' pass. Oh boy, and that is just short, intended for Tango Marcy on the far end of the field.
Really tried to fit that pass in there.
And it was just a little too short. It bounces off the grass, and it brings up a 3rd down now for the East Valley Bandits. Barnstormers not looking like they're too, let's say, jumpy. They seem to be kind of calm and collective if they know what's in front of them.
Well, their defense has 2 of the bigger men on the field right there, right in front of the interior line.
And causing some major mayhem. I guess that's essentially one of the big reasons why this offensive line has really been just having a hard time trying to block for Hagens, excuse me. From shotgun, here's Hagens.
Looks like there might be a blitz coming on. 54, the linebacker.
On a 3rd down, they do bring the blitz. They bring down the house. Hagens is able to use his legs to evade it and picks up another 1st down. Hagens, if he can't do it with his arm, why not his feet? He has been doing that all afternoon, and he picks up another 1st down and more, all the way to the opposite side of the field.
We saw Ron Birdsall coming for the blitz. I'm sure Hagens saw him too, which is why he quickly darted to the right side to get away from that man, because he did not want to get hit.
He's done a pretty good job as Dustin Hagens of avoiding a big hit. And I mean, essentially, it helps that he has quick feet, but his size makes it kind of scary for the opposing teams to kind of just tackle him head on.
Oh yeah, he's not afraid of contact at all. He didn't step out of bounds on that run. He dove forward, welcomed the contact.
The man from Denair High, as you mentioned, former Coyote. First and 10, 9:50 on the clock. That's what we were reading here in the 3rd quarter. Player in motion, that's Deshaun Williams. And they go the opposite way. Isaiah Robinson gets it. Oh, Isaiah Robinson's got some speed on the outside. Something Richard Cobb really, really emphasized on, as he said, when Isaiah Robinson reaches the corner, there's not very many people that can catch him.
And number 80, Oscar Lopez for the Bandits, was in prime position to make a play, but he got turned in somehow and wound up chasing from the rear, giving up not a whole lot of yards, but gave up a yard nonetheless.
Clock is running, a 2nd and about 9 coming up after a 1-yard pickup from Isaiah Robinson, literally after, I think, spraying about 30 yards just for 1 yard. Again from shotgun, one of their favorite formations. This is where Dustin Hagens feels the most comfortable in, is from shotgun. He's got receivers set.
Looks like a definite passing play from the way the linemen are standing.
Pass protection. not bad. A lot of time. That was probably the best protection he's had all afternoon. There was contact right there on the far end, and it looks like Tango Marcy might have been kind of touched, grabbed, pulled, held by the opposition, and it looked like it was one of the cornerbacks.
Number 32.
Number 32 for the Barnstormers. My goodness, the roster that they have online. What's going on, boys? I know you guys are listening, and I mean, come on. Just at least put up the jerseys that are out there. At least give us that. Come on.
We want to give your players some shine, but we can't.
We want to give you guys some love, but it's tough too when there's no names or jerseys on the roster. So fix that for next week. How about that? I know you guys can hear me. Fix that. Next week, we hope to see all these guys out here for you guys so we can name them. That's all we want to do. We just want to give them some love. 8:47 left. And we'd like to remind everybody, Coaches Aid, ESPN, broadcasting live here at CoachesAid.com. You can also rewatch this game on demand 3 to 5 business days and or buy a DVD from the DVD store here, all CoachesAid.com. 1st and 10 for Dustin Higgins. Pressure's on. Wow. And he loses that one. And I don't know why he didn't just fall on top of it. Luckily, though, he did. They didn't lose yards. Higgins, just throw it away. No. Can you hear me? Oh, boy. Oh, no. Tries to make something happen with his feet. And they lose about 5 to 7 yards is what it kind of looked like. Very close to it. Something in the vicinity of about 5 yards. That's how much they lose. And just a terrible miscue, mishandled essentially from Higgins, but the pressure was on at the far end, the pass rush. Very good job from the Barnstormers.
Higgins clearly should have thrown that away, but believes in himself enough that he's wanted to try and make a positive out of negative. Didn't work out that time. But if you don't take a chance, you'll never get anywhere. Think about it, Barry Sanders, right?
Yeah, that's true. I like that. I like that saying. Speaking of sayings, we got a couple of famous quotes. I think you should give us the quotes before you ask us the question again, since we had that trivia question earlier.
Okay.
In a minute after this play. Let's see what Higgins.
Perusing these quotes, and one really stood out to me when I was looking at it.
I think I know.
From the great Jim Brown. The great Jim Brown, A. Brown, ironically.
He's the man.
Make sure when anyone tackles you, he remembers how much it hurts.
Oh, man, I like that. On a second down play, the pass falls incomplete. And can you repeat that quote from Jim Brown, one of the greatest running backs ever?
Make sure when anyone tackles you, he remembers how much it hurts.
Whew.
And if you've seen any film footage of Jim Brown, you know he lived by that credo.
I think everybody that ever might have even laid a finger on him kind of never forgot him. I'm thinking, yeah, you're just better than everyone. I think really what Jim Brown was, Frankie, was kind of the Bo Jackson of an era that there was no Bo Jackson, basically. I mean,
he was like a Bo Jackson combined with a Walter Payton combined with Superman.
I know, right? And I was going to say, in all honesty, I mean, I feel like this guy was just as great and big of an athlete as anybody at that time. I mean, you had Wilt Chamberlain during that time, Bill Russell.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, man. I mean, but I still think Jim Brown was something special. There's nobody like Jim Brown. There never will be somebody like Jim Brown.
Never.
Dominated. Just college and pro. Higgins, pressure is on badly. I don't know how he evaded those 3 tackles. Higgins, my friend, if you can hear me, throw it out. Oh, my. Wow. Oh, boy, and he picks up about 7 yards. Higgins, wow. He saved that play. It does bring up a 4th down. But essentially what would have been negative 20 turns into really positive 7.
Very evasive. We might have to start calling him Dustin Houdini Higgins because he is just getting out of binds left and right. Those Barnstormers defense, they have to be saying, what the heck do I have to do to bring this guy down?
Yeah. Well, when you're that big, it takes a lot. Oh, we'll take a break right now. Be right back after this with 6:47 left to go in the 3rd quarter between the Bandits and the Barnstormers.
Yes! 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 We did it! Yes, we did! Yeah, see you, bud. Later.
Honey, who was that?
Who, that guy? I don't know.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
With 6:47 left to go, we're here at Big Valley Christian High School, CoachesAid.com. I am Eddie Ruiz alongside the Tovar. And the Barnstormers are up 14-6, but it's the Bandits who are threatening. They are just inside the 30-yard mark. Dustin Hagens on a 4th down. Big down. Oh, boy, right off the hands of number 11. It's Chai Madu. So close to picking it off. Oh, my goodness. And he just can't hold on to it, so that brings up a turnover on downs just like that. Again, this Bandits offense is kept in check, and they have to turn the ball over.
Although it might not have been a bad thing for the Bandits had he intercepted the ball, would have been better field position since that was 4th down.
So just like that, again, Barnstormers are the ones who are threatening now with the offense out there, and they've just really have been as efficient as anybody, but the Bandits not giving up. When they have some big plays, they do. Dupree Ellie maybe loses about a yard. I don't think he even gained one. And with 6 minutes and counting, a 2nd down coming up for the Barnstormers of the Central Coast. Omari Carr has one of his players in motion. That was Derek Morrison from what it looked like. Pass the far end. It might have touched the ground, but no, it doesn't look like it. Dupree Ellie grabs it and right back to the line of scrimmage if he's lucky enough to even get that.
And at this point, I'm sure the defense is trying to pump each other up and get each other to make another play. It was a defense, after all, who scored the Bandits' only touchdown of the game on that 95-yard touchdown return, or interception return.
3rd down. Omari Carr. Oh, boy, pressure is on. He evades it using his legs. Oh, Carr. Oh, boy. This quarterback can run as well, not just Hagens. Nice job from Omari Carr. And the question, Frankie, the trivia question, we should ask the listeners, the viewers, one more time the question before we give them the answer in the next quarter.
All right, everybody listening, are you ready for the trivia question?
I'm ready.
When did the American Professional Football Association become the National Football League?
Ooh, I like that question.
When did the APFA become the NFL?
All right. Pass from Carr, deep, very deep, wide open. Wow, this is about the 4th time we've seen a wide open receiver just not able to come down with that reception.
I gotta say, that pass was a little off, though. A little miscommunication on the route running.
Maurice Johnson was the intended receiver, but again,
blown coverage without a doubt.
And that's one of the few times we've seen blown coverage from Markeith Thomas. Markeith Thomas really has been on point tonight, and that was he is very lucky nothing happened on that play. Here's Derek Morrison, the running back down the middle. That has been their most effective play. A delayed draw down the middle. Oh boy, and it looks like one of their guards is down. Not entirely sure what it was. Okay, luckily he's okay. He's all right.
The culprit may have been gravity, Eddie.
Hey, man. Big boys. Us big boys. I mean, I'm a big boy myself. I was going to say we do fall a little harder than other normal people that are a little skinnier. Definitely say that, man. And that's a fact. Omari Carr drops back. 3rd down. Omari Carr's pass on the run falls incomplete. There's a flag on the play. It's been a kind of a pretty 3rd quarter until then, really. We haven't seen too many flags, but see one flag on this play and see what it is. And we got the Bandits pointing over to the opposition side, and we have the Barnstormers pointing at the Bandits. So let's see what the official call is. Wait and see what the refs.
A lot more penalties and incomplete passes this half.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely moving a lot slower than the first half.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be against the Central Coast Barnstormers. So push them back a couple of yards. They were going to have a 3rd and short. Oh boy, now they're looking at a 3rd and not as pretty. 3rd and about 7 coming up. And a big game. This is obviously the game for first place. The winner takes not just sole possession, but they will be in a three-way tie with the Alameda County Knights and the California Rogue. And look at that pass. Completed right away. What a tremendous job from both sides, the receiver and from Omari Carr. Tremendous job from Dwayne Eisen, who is a defensive end and also a tight end for the Barnstormers, coming out of Menlo Atherton.
That was Daniel Miranda on the tackle for the Bandits.
Open field tackle, tremendous job, but an even better job from the Barnstormers, who were just keeping this drive alive somehow on that 3rd and long, right back to Derek Morrison, their leading running back of this afternoon. Wow, we heard the helmets crash. And he picks up about 3, maybe a little less than 3 yards. 2nd and about 8 coming up. 3 minutes and counting, and now the time is rolling.
And the Bandits need a defensive stop here. They cannot allow the Barnstormers to get into the end zone.
Omari Carr, pressure is in his face. The pass falls incomplete. It hits the ground, off the ground, intended for Maurice Johnson. What a big play, and this is going to be a 3rd down coming up in just a matter of moments. And how big would a pick 6 again be here? Oh boy, what will happen as we reach the near end of the 3rd quarter? 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. That has really been kind of an interesting quarter so far. Pressure is in his face, and a pick! What will he do? Right there! Oh, and he is brought down. What a huge pick. Oh my, from Chris Todd, one of the Todd brothers. The pressure was in his face. Ricky Wilkerson was about to sack Omari Carr. And another pick. I can't believe this, Frankie. Chris Todd, that was huge. Could have returned it, but he was stopped by one of the Barnstormers who just, he stuck with him.
And again, the defense comes through. Last week was the offense. They shine. This time it's the defense, the Bandits, coming away with another interception. That's amazing.
What an absolutely breathtaking play. It all happened so quickly.
Reminiscent of J.J.
Wow.
Watt, really intercepting the screen passes, leaping up and nabbing it with one hand. Very impressive.
Great athletic ability right there from Chris Todd, one of the Todd brothers. And let's see if the Bandits can get any sort of momentum going. Let's see if they can get a groove going, because they haven't at all. Their offense has been kept in check for the most part. A couple plays here and there, but, they haven't scored a touchdown. They have not scored a touchdown.
I've yet to find the end zone, which is a little odd when you consider that they put up 70-plus points last week.
Isaiah Robinson trying to show a little bit of his power, because we know how quick he is on the corners once he hits them. But Isaiah Robinson, tremendous job on that run. He picks up some positivity. Let's see what they can do now on this 2nd down coming up.
And if I were Coach Cobb, I would be calling run plays, run plays, run plays. This punch it down their throat until you can't do it anymore.
And that's kind of what they were doing, or not them, excuse me, but the when you take a look at the Barnstormers, is really, they're kind of running the ball, so to speak, in the entire 1st quarter and then 1st drive. But see what they do now.
Most of Hagen's runs have been impromptu. Let's see if they can actually get a designed run from the quarterback.
Dustin Hagen's only 2 receivers set, 1 on each side. Oh boy, with his 2 running backs, he gets brought down immediately, and that was a hard sack. Brought down way too quickly, had no time to do anything, and that was Erfren Salinas. So the man has already 3 sacks, 2 today. How about that?
And there was a mix-up on the play for the Bandits. Hagens went to go fake a handoff, and no one was there. Seemed confused.
Kind of a play-action try, that's what it looked like, but obviously they just couldn't get the play-action down. 45 seconds left in this quarter, and it's a third down that's coming up. What will the Bandits do? This is a critical drive. I mean, assuming they might get maybe 1-2 more tries, but the way the Barnstormers have been chewing off that clock, it's going to be very hard, and they've been stingy allowing anybody really to get to the end zone. And here's Higgins using his feet again. Wow, and he gets taken down right away. That was number 21, Roy Edwards.
And Higgins, a little spring gone from a step. He's been running all night. He has got to be tired.
That's it for the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. 14-6. The Central Coast Barnstormers are leading the East Valley Bandits. We're taking a break. We'll be right back for the conclusion of this one here from Big Valley Christian High for CoachesAid.com. And it's like candy, Frankie. It is like candy. 15 minutes left in this one. The battle for, not first place, but a tie in first place, so to speak. The winner will go on and be in a three-way tie with the Alameda County Knights and also the California Rogues. So kind of a big critical win. Early stages of the season, we know that. But these have been two of the most explosive offenses, coming into this game. What we've seen this afternoon has been, without a doubt, a defensive performance to remember. And unfortunately, though, the Bandits have been kept out of the end zone. Their only touchdown came on a pick six. And the Barnstormers on the opposite side, a little bit more effective in different ways. Obviously, Derek Morrison scores the first touchdown of the game to break it wide open. And then, my goodness, I mean, it just, since then, it's just been kind of crazy how everything's kind of happened. But it's been, nevertheless, a defensive effort. Here's Dustin Higgins on a fourth down, big fourth down play. Oh my goodness. And that is a pick, it looks like, but he ran out of bounds. Are they going to call it even a pick? What are they?
I believe that would be a touchback.
It is definitely a touchback. So a pick for a touchback. Wow. How about that play? It happened way too quickly. I just lost myself. I don't even know what just happened right there. Looked like it was number 31, I believe. 34, excuse me. Jose Murillo came down with a pick. Great pick from Jose Murillo. Got to give him some credit. First and 10.
Bandits unable to capitalize on their second interception.
And there's Amari Carr, the quarterback keeper. Makes his way on over close to the 40-yard line for a first down.
And that is the second read option I've seen today. Obviously, the first one they scored off of with the running back taking it in from about 5 yards out. Cobb is not happy.
Timeout, Bandits.
Bandits take a timeout. We will too. Be right back with 14:31. A little left to go in this one. Oh boy, crowds are trying to get as pumped up as possible. It is a chilly, without a doubt, chilly afternoon here. Big Valley Christian High School. Alongside Frankie Tovar, I'm Eddie Reese for CoachesAid.com, the Amateur Sports Broadcasting Network. Week 2 action, CDFL. Central Coast Barnstormers coming into town to take on the East Valley Bandits. A battle of the undefeateds, at least after week 1. A battle of 2 of the top 3 offenses as far as scoring. And how about Mari Carr? Oh my goodness, tackled right away.
The option pitch did not fool number 14, Brian Todd, one bit. He came in and laid a lick on that Barnstormer.
Brian Todd obviously with that pick earlier, and just a great job. Or excuse me, not Brian Todd. It was his brother, Chris Todd. But then again, you know what? They have the same last name, so a little confusing. Second and looks to be about 14 or second and 15 after losing a solid amount of yards on that one. Amari Carr, excuse me. Wow. That was just a rifle of a throw. Absolutely tremendous throw to number 83.
And he threw that flat-footed. He wasn't moving or anything. He just wound up and threw it.
And if you're listening and you're part of the Barnstormers, let them know to update their roster. We don't even know who number 83 is because it's not on the roster. We apologize for that. From shotgun, Carr hands it off to Dupree Ellie. Dupree, this kid's not letting his feet stop. He just keeps on going. Wow, and it looks like there's a player shooken up for the Bandits, but he gets back up and he's okay. Oh, for a second, that might have not been so good. I think that was Javier Cordova.
Man, Dupree Ellie working some tight spaces. He might be able to juke some tackles if he were in an elevator.
Dupree Ellie. They have him listed at 5'10", 205. Nice build. Look at this play. Are you kidding me? What a throw. What a touchdown on a second down. Omari Carr.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Oh, my goodness. And what a great throw and what a tremendous route ran by number 84. Wow. Barnstormers take the lead now 20-6 with 12:55 left to go in this one. And the Bandits, the local team, this is what they call their home turf, basically. They are based out of the northern section of Modesto. That's what they like to call it. And wow, just like that, I mean, wow.
You get the sense this is not what the Bandits were expecting today.
Oh, boy.
They put up 70-plus points last week. This week, their offense has still yet to even reach the end zone. Not one score from the offense, and now they're down 6-20.
Oh, boy. What a bad snap. Take it down. Great job from number 51. That was Nick Serp.
Looks like a player's also down from the Bandits.
2 players down.
Grabbing
one
his
from
right
each
knee.
side. Looks to be kind of more serious on the Bandits side, but let's hope both sides are okay. It looks like 2, yes. One of each got banged up on that last play. Broken up extra point. Wow. That's...
Well, the Bandits up, walking it off a little bit. Hobbling off the field.
Oh, boy. We'll take a break. It looks like they're both up.
That's Javier Cordova
Okay.
for the Bandits.
Okay, cool. Getting a round of applause. Standing ovation. Let's hope everything's okay with both of them. It's going to be a penalty against the Bandits. Oh, it's they offset. There's penalty on both sides. So, replay. Let's do it again. Very, very lucky. The Barnstormers hardly get another chance to really make this extension look a little nicer. Hopefully take a 21-6 lead. That'd look a little prettier than 26, but so far, I mean, not really that lopsided of a game. It's just been a couple of big plays really on the Barnstormers side, and in all honesty, Hagen's has been the only productive side for the Bandits offense that hasn't done much at all. They've been kept in check.
You got to remember, too.
Carr. Oh, my. They get the 2-point conversion. No problem at all. Dupree Ellie after a nice little check down toss over to the right side.
And
Great job.
This could be a one-possession game, but again, remember, the Bandits dropped a wide-open touchdown reception earlier in the game. Higgins threw a perfect ball to Tango Marcy, and he just dropped it right there inside the 5. So, as I mentioned earlier, mistakes coming back and biting you in the end. One mistake can cost you the game.
Oh, yeah. So just like that, 22-6, a big lead, the biggest lead of the game so far for either side. And with 12 minutes and 55 seconds left to go, Frankie, what are the Bandits thinking of right this second if you are on their side? If you're part of that team right now?
They're probably thinking, what in the world? As I mentioned earlier, 70 points last week to no points this week from offense. That is an insane turnaround. Definitely not what they thought was going to happen coming into this game. Clearly, the Barnstormers are tougher than they may have thought. And so, yeah, they're thinking we need to do something quick before it's too late.
And without a doubt, I mean, it's been, I want to say, a battle of the two quarterbacks, but I have been nothing but impressed by Amari Carr, the quarterback for the Barnstormers. And now that all apparently these rosters are kind of not right, but that's what they have up on their website. So my thing is now, I'm hoping we're even getting this guy's name right. But then I looked up the stats and everything, and it says Amari Carr. So that's what I'm going.
The roster also says he's a running back / wide receiver. So if this guy was a running back and receiver, made the transfer to quarterback, and he's doing this well, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they have him listed apparently at 5'7", but I mean, I don't think he's 5'7". I actually think he's a little taller than that. Oh boy, Barnstormers, you guys are awesome. But fix the roster, please. Just fix the roster. Oh my! Look at that special team squibber. I don't think it was an intentional squib kick, but nevertheless it was. And with 12 minutes and 54 seconds, there's only 1 second tacked off. They almost got the ball right back. So what will the Bandits do on offense? It doesn't look like anything's been working for them.
No. Because
when they try to throw it down the field, the receivers just don't catch it. And when they try to run it, there's no holes. And when Higgins tries to run it himself, well, it's hard to beat 11 other guys by yourself.
Absolutely. It's not a good sign either. There's some fans leaving the game.
Yeah. It's honestly, it is very cold. If you have children out here, I doubt you'd really want to be sitting out here for anything because it's so cold. The wind chill makes it even much, much more chilly. I think it actually is 2:20. The clock is ticking. Dustin Higgins, 1st and 10. What will this offense do? An offense that has been kept in check. It was the #1 offense heading into the week. Oh boy, that was just way too hard of a throw from Dustin Higgins. I mean, I don't think Deshaun Williams even had a second to even look at it.
Looks like Higgins is a little banged up. His right knee, he's kind of moving it.
Already wearing a knee brace. So you wonder how serious or how ineffective he can be with that knee brace and it being a little bit more banged up.
Well, the Bandits surely need him to be healthy in there because they need to make something happen in this drive. I think there's no question that if they turn over the ball again on this drive,
it'll probably be over.
Chances of winning are slim.
2nd and 10 comes up for the Bandits. And here's Dustin Higgins again using his feet to do some work. What a leap over the defender. Oh my goodness. Dustin Higgins, how athletic is that guy? He is big and he can move. Great job from Dustin Higgins.
And he's not a spring chicken. He's not out of high school by any means. Very impressive.
Great job from Dustin Higgins, the local man from Denair. And the backup quarterback, not entirely sure why he's checking in, but Sal Hutchinson is going in there.
I believe Higgins needs a breather. I don't blame him. I'd be in the same boat.
No, they line up Sal as a slot receiver. How about that?
Now that's a playbook right out of Remember the Titans.
That's a great movie. I love that movie. Oh, and they don't even go to Sal Hutchinson. They use him as a blocker. The man who takes it is Deshaun Williams Senior.
And it looks like he tripped over the feet of Sal Hutchinson right there.
It looked like that, or he might have caught himself just right there on the on the grass a little bit. Something you probably didn't anticipate to see.
Maybe a blade of grass that forgot to get mowed.
Yeah.
Tripped him up.
Hey, it happens. 10 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. The fourth quarter is here. It's the last quarter. 22-6 lead for the Barnstormers of the Central Coast. So a second and about 13 after that last play from Deshaun Williams Sr. Loses a couple of yards. Two guys set on the left, two guys set on the right. How about Higgins? What does he do here? What a play! Wow, remarkable defensive play from number 21, Roy Edwards, who dove out and he literally just swatted the pass away. Great job from that defense.
You could tell he was reading the eyes of the quarterback. He knew where he was going the whole time, just waiting for him to let loose so he can make a play on the ball.
Third down coming up. What will they do for the Bandits? What will Richard Cobb, the head coach for the Bandits, pull out of his playbook in this situation, Frankie?
Whatever it is, it better be something good and quick because time's running out. It's not something they have a lot of.
Time working against them now. Here with 10 minutes and 19 seconds. Higgins from shotgun. Takes the snap. Higgins' pass. Oh boy, and that was just underthrown and picked off. Oh boy. And nice return from number 18. That was Kenny Strickland Jr. He was second on the team in tackles coming into the game. So Kenny Strickland Jr. with a pick. That's a second pick for Higgins today.
That very well could have been the nail in the coffin for the Bandits. Of course, we still have 10 minutes left to play, but with the way the game's gone so far, they really needed to score in that drive.
Oh boy, huge pick for the Central Coast Barnstormers. And in reality, with about 10 minutes left, if they are able to do so, they can really juice out the rest of the clock. But they need to run the ball.
Absolutely.
What would you do if you're the Barnstormers and you know you have a lead this solid? You know your defense can really kind of put the Bandits in check and not have, keep them from scoring. What do? Do you pass it or do you run it?
I'd pound the rock at this point. There's no question about it.
And they do just that. Derek Morrison right up the middle.
And of course, that's if winning is the main priority for you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're all about stats, individual feats, they might pass it. But if they just want to walk out of here with the W and be in a three-way tie for first in the CDFL, you run the ball.
Well, hopefully he's a smart man, because if I was him, I want to win. I could care less how, why, how. I want to win. So let's see what they do here in a second down. Well, they throw it. Trying to get the stats pretty. And it's crazy is their backup is already in there. They don't even have their starting quarterback in there anymore. They have Sterling Montgomery out there.
Very smart call. You don't want to hurt your starting quarterback when you have such a big lead.
Oh, absolutely not. And Sterling Montgomery, if I remember correctly, I think he was at Cabrillo College, I was going to say one of the community colleges in California. I really remember, just right off the bat.
One of the many players here on the field from both teams with college football experience. Not a surprise, given the level of play we've seen so far.
Second down coming up for the Barnstormers, who already have their second string quarterback in there. 22-6 lead, 9 minutes in counting. The way the Bandits have been kind of kept in check as far as their offense, I don't think we expect to see them doing much more. Nice play. Great job after the catch. Wow, those yak. Greg Walton, boy, looking nice. Let's just put it that way. His yak, not bad. By the way, yak, you know what that means, right? Yards after contact. Duh.
And of course, we said they should run the clock out, run the ball to just end the game. But you know what? They have the second string quarterback in. They might be using this opportunity to develop their second string quarterback, get some experience, some throws in while they can.
Yeah, and for some reason, I really get that feeling. Third down coming up right here. Sterling Montgomery completes the pass. Looks like number 23, Billy Carlisle. Billy Carlisle leaps forward. They get more than a first down. And I think one of the players right here, number 6, is calling for a hold. Javier Cordova, for the Bandits. His shirt is ripped, and I think he's pointing at it saying, hey, man, he held on to me. Well, my friends, sometimes the refs don't see everything. So why don't you just play their game? Essentially, when I played football, that's what I try to do, is play the opposition's game. Play how they, whatever they're giving you. Derek Morrison, powerful little running back, but he is big. taken down by Brian Todd up the middle. What a great job from Derek Morrison. This guy's been an absolute workhorse this afternoon.
And Todd just threw himself at Morrison with reckless abandon. What a great hit. They're down, but he is not stopping the fight.
Yeah, I was going to say the Todd brothers, Brian Todd and Chris Todd, these kids can play ball. They swarm at the ball. They try to pick off everything they can. They just want to touch it every single time that they get an opportunity to. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Look at Greg Walton. I don't know how he evaded that possible loss of a tackle, but great job eluding that. And Dustin Higgins, as you're on the sidelines, not necessarily walking as normal as we've seen. He's hobbling a little bit. That right knee probably is bothering him a little, to be honest with you.
It's probably in a brace for a reason. Maybe an injury from his high school days.
Oh, boy. Sterling Montgomery, backup quarterback, gets taken down after a heave. What a throw. A pick. What an interception. Oh, my. Off the fingertips of number 84 from the Barnstormers.
That is an interception.
What a pick. We can't get the jersey number. We can't really see from here.
That was the third pick from the Bandits today, though. Again, the defense showing up when they need to.
And it looks like it's either number 15 or number 13. Frankie, I'm not entirely sure, man. I think you have a better eyesight than I do. 15 is who it is. That is Gabe Bazan.
3 picks from 3 different people, huh?
Oh, my. Not too bad. How about that? The guys with the picks, Chris Todd, Gabe Bazan, and the man with the first pick, pick 6, Markeith Thomas. So 3 picks, not too shabby. So the defense hasn't been the X factor. Let's remember, one of the touchdowns that the Barnstormers scored, it was on special teams. It wasn't on their defense.
Very true,
So,
very true.
In all honesty, so far the score against this defense, at least, 6-14. Not too bad. Now take over at the 20-yard mark, or very close to it. The Bandits now on offense. They regain possession with 6:39 left to go and counting here in this closing quarter of this final game of Week 2 action of the CDFL, California Developmental Football League. So we wind this one down. Not entirely sure what's going on there. Frankie, our trivia question, my friend. I want to hear the answer now.
Almost forgot.
I did too.
I'll repeat it once more after this play.
All right. Let's do this. Higgins takes it himself. Oh, and the toss back to his man, Isaiah Robinson, though. It was just a non-looking toss. I don't think Higgins ever even really saw Robinson or where he was. So what's the trivia question? Give us the answer, Frankie.
Okay, the question was, when did the American Professional Football Association become the National Football League? So when did the NFL form?
The Roaring 20s.
Correct. To be more specific, 1922.
Sweet. Hey, man, I got the Roaring 20s part right.
Now, I can't
That's
math,
very vague.
so I can't tell you how many years ago that was, but it was a very long time ago.
Hey, that's fair enough, my friend. I think it's about 90 years, 95 years or something like that. This is right off the top of my head. Don't quote me on it, all right? April Fool's, just joking. 5:50 and counting left to go. It's a second down coming up for the Bandits. Higgins from shotgun. Nice throw, but to really nobody. The only receiver in the vicinity was number 5, but not much of a chance for Deshaun Williams Sr.
And it's hard to ignore the body language of the Bandits. Their shoulders are slumped, their heads are down. They know
They can
they're
tell.
walking out of week 2 with a loss.
So far, not looking pretty for them, and we like to tell your friends and tell your family that Coaches Aid, ASPN, is broadcasting live here at CoachesAid.com. You can also rewatch this game on demand 3 to 5 business days, and or buy a DVD from the DVD store, all here at CoachesAid.com.
If you buy a DVD, you can hear Eddie's voice and my voice all you want. You can replay it over and over again.
If you guys want to hear our voices, of course. Let's see what happens here on a third down play. Oh boy. And that is completed. And Deshaun Williams, Sr., I believe he got the first down and maybe a little bit more. I think he'd be just fortunate enough at least got the first down. And they do. First down, Bandits. 5:30 left to go in this game.
And the clock is running.
The clock is running, and the Bandits are down by about 14 points.
And it looks like they adjusted the yard marker, 4th and short.
Oh boy. So instead of a first down, we're looking at a 4th and inches.
Now, if I were Coach Cobb, I would run either a quarterback sneak or a give to the fullback right up the middle.
Although that's been one of the strong points of the Barnstormers. But let's see, what Cobb and this team has in store. What will Higgins do? It's going to be a quarterback sneak. Big play. Oh boy. And it looks to be either a false start or, without a doubt, it was an encroachment or a false start.
That was close. It could have been either team.
Very
Whichever
close.
the referees want to call, really.
Very close. Very, very close. I mean, you could also call it a neutral zone infraction at the same time. You couldn't really tell who jumped first.
Although I got to say, there's no excuse for the offensive line to be jumping off sides. They know the count. They're in the huddle for a reason.
Oh yeah.
Especially at that crucial moment in the game. If this were high school football, they'd be running laps.
Oh boy. Coach Richard Kopp comes up here and lets the clock manager know that got to be on our side, my friend. Got to give us a little bit of time. But with 4 minutes and 40 seconds and a 22-6 score, the defense of the Barnstormers haven't allowed a touchdown this afternoon at all. I mean,
yeah, the time is not an issue here.
Whew.
The issue has been Carr, the quarterback for the Barnstormers.
Mark Carr has caused a lot of problems for the Bandits. Without him, who knows how this game really could have gone.
Although the backups look pretty good.
They lose 5 yards to the Bandits, and on a 4th down play, it just falls incomplete. It was a miscommunication with the receiver. So this brings up turnover on downs. Barnstormers take over with 4:13 left to go. It looks like this is going to be the conclusion of this one, assuming they chew the rest of the clock off. With the way that the Barnstormers have been playing, I don't think it's much of an issue. And the Bandits, the way they are walking back, they don't look very happy, very excited.
I know that me and my cold feet would thank the coach of the Barnstormers if they would just chew the clock out and end this game.
Oh boy, yes, they do just that. Dupree is the man. Why do they let him in? He just runs all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. How about that? Dupree add on 6. It's 28-6 with 4 minutes and 6 seconds left. It's like the defense just stopped
It's
trying.
clear that the Bandits have just resigned to their fate.
Oh boy. I think
You
they
hate to
just
see that, though. You hate to see that.
Oh, you do. And oh boy. And overconfidence. I think it's one of the words that Coach Richard Cobb should probably describe to his team if I was him. Overconfidence. You can't have that. Football humbles you down after you meet a team like this.
Any given Sunday, or in this case, Saturday night.
Oh yeah. Showing a little bit of humility, but they literally just stopped that 2-point conversion attempt, so they held them to nothing right there. 28-6, though, a 22-point lead. Wow, they lead the Bandits, now more than they actually, they beat the San Jose 49ers by 20 points. Now they are leading what was essentially the number one scoring offense coming into this game you're beating them by 22 points. Wow.
And that's what you want to see if you're the Barnstormers, improvement from week to week.
Oh, yeah.
Not only did they improve on their totals from last week, but they came in and shut down the top offense in the CDFL.
Yeah, 20 unanswered points. They have completely, as you said, just shut down the Bandits in the second half. They haven't scored a single point. Wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. What a turn of events. After a first half that was 8-6, the Barnstormers are well on their way to a first-place tie. Football, you got to love it. And as we look ahead into a couple of games coming up, it's going to be a couple of actually very interesting games. It's going to be the Central Coast Barnstormers are going to be taking on the Alameda County Knights next week. So I think that's why we had a couple of night players out here scoping out the opposition.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then next week for the Bandits, they will take on the San Jose 49ers. So the team that just lost to the Barnstormers, two teams that lost to the Barnstormers essentially are going to be playing against each other next week, and that's going to be at Yerba Buena High School. I will be there. I will be there also for the Alameda County Knights and Central Coast Barnstormers game. So make sure you guys tune in. I will be there. I will be doing both games. Squibber! Right into the hands of number 15. Oh boy, Bazan.
What a hit.
Gabe Bazan. Got the smackdown laid out right there.
And of course, Eddie is just such a hard worker every week with Coach's Aid working, commentating. I won't be back with you guys until May 16th, so quite some time. Quite some time.
That just brings tears to my eyes. One and done. Oh boy. Let's hope that's not the case here this afternoon with the Bandits after a great week one performance. Let's hope it's not one and done for them. What do they do, Frankie, to get ready next week, man? I mean, what do you tell them? What do you tell them if you're Coach Cobb?
Forget it. Erase it from your memory banks. You know, you got to have a short memory when you're playing any type of athletics.
Yeah.
Especially football.
Oh, yeah.
Because anything can happen. I'm sure he'll have more choice words and may yell those words during practice.
Yeah.
But again, that's the nature of football. And the only hope for the Bandits is that they receive the criticism well and work to improve their game.
Yeah, it's going to be the biggest thing. How do they handle the criticism? It's so hard. It's easier said than done. I mean, oh yeah, I handle criticism, blah, blah. No, man, this kind of sucks your soul in a way when you perform this poorly, or if you lose at all. I mean, it's supposed to be such a closer game. It must be a little bitter.
It's a good lesson for the Bandits and for us. You know, you can't.
Oh my goodness, that just had pick six written all over it.
You can't crown yourself after only one game.
Oh no, I mean, if you do, then you got a problem, right?
That's why it takes a season for football. This isn't boxing, for instance, where you have one fight.
Yep. That's not how the cookie crumbles in this game. 3:55. That's what's left of this game.
And the Bandits obviously want to score for their sense of pride.
Yes, they do. And I am so chilly. I'm standing up, Frankie.
I'll join you.
Boy, I was going to say, we have been sitting for hours. I am so cold. I can't even feel my feet. I can't feel my toes.
Don't worry,
Just like
Eddie.
you said that,
I
can't
have
feel my
seat
toes.
warmers in my car. We're
Yes,
all good.
I can't wait for that drive. All right, so a second down. And it's not even Higgins that's out there, which is not a bad thing, actually. They have Jason Sherrill II, their third-string quarterback, or from what it looks like on the depth chart at least, their third-string quarterback, and they were able to get a first down right there. Heck of a job making that happen from Jason Sherrill.
The second.
How about that? So if you're the second, does that essentially mean you're junior, or are you the third?
Yes, a junior.
Okay. All right, wait, so I'm junior, so would I be the second?
Absolutely.
Eddie Ruiz the second?
I'm also a junior.
Man. Frankie Tovar the second?
Nobody ever calls me that. So maybe I should not have revealed that. Don't start calling me junior.
Oh, man. Here comes a 1st and 10. Here's Sherrill. The 3rd-string quarterback in for the Bandits. Oh, boy, what a hard hit. And he is met by about 3 guys from the Barnstormers.
It looks like Higgins is coming back out, although you might wonder why. They're having some good production with their backup quarterback, Sherrill.
Yeah, Jason Sherrill. Checks
Sherrill
out.
looks like he wants to be back in there.
Oh, yeah. Once you enjoy football and you're playing quarterback, you're getting positive yards, you're out there running, you're getting some positive yards. I mean, yeah, that pumps you up. Oh, boy. Clobbered just the second he even touched it. Hard throw from Higgins, though, and that falls incomplete. 2:34 left on the clock. A 3rd down is coming up.
Third and short, too.
Oh, boy. Yes, sir. It's about almost 10 o'clock, right? 9:43, 9:44 to be exact from what I saw right there on your phone. What a day. What a day of football. And it looks to be like a timeout call, so we'll take a break with 2:34 left. And this game will be right back here from Big Valley Christian High. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in the final 2 minutes and 34 seconds of this game. Week 2 action between the Central Coast Barnstormers and the East Valley Bandits. Wow, what a game. What a game, to be honest with you. And I say that because it was only 8-6 once the second quarter concluded. Then the third quarter begins, and it just all downhill from there. Basically 20 unanswered points from the Barnstormers. Miscues just like that one have really cost this team this afternoon an opportunity to get the W.
And that's really what it's been. The Bandits kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you just give them a couple of those plays, maybe that Tango Marcy touchdown, everything changes. It's a closer game.
Absolutely.
Oh, boy. And they're the Todd brothers right there. I think a little eager and a little upset as well that not coming away with the victory. But those two guys right there played outstanding. They are studs, without a doubt.
And it looks like they're not too far out of high school. They must have been tearing it up on the field not too long ago.
That's funny is the size difference. You would think really they're brothers. I mean, really, I think that's about a 6-inch difference. But they both play like monsters, so it doesn't really matter. 4th down play. Oh, Sherrill. It falls incomplete. They say incomplete. Oh, boy.
And the Barnstormers are already celebrating.
Why not? There's 2 minutes, 28 seconds. You're up 22 points. Pretty much nail in the coffin.
Not quite a barn burner from the Barnstormers, but still an impressive victory nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. Next week, don't forget, the Barnstormers are going to be hosting the Alameda County Knights. That is going to be a game you guys will not want to miss. Why?
So we essentially have the 2 winners from today.
Especially because it's the 2 winners of today. Exactly. And they're both undefeated, so it's going to be a battle between 2 O teams. 2 very, very, very good defenses, Frankie. We saw that today, my friend.
Hard hitters, hard hitters.
Oh, yeah. Who will score first is, I think, that's going to be the winner for that game. It should be a good one. It's going to be at Yerba Buena High School at 3 o'clock next weekend, next Saturday. And East Valley Bandits will take on the San Jose 49ers. That will be at 7 o'clock at Yerba Buena as well. Funny name, huh? Yerba Buena.
What does that translate to?
Good herb. Oh, my goodness. Morrison. Are you kidding me? Derek Morrison.
They want more points.
This guy's got over 120 yards on the ground, Frankie. Are you kidding me? Wow. Derek Morrison. I like this guy. Put him on my fantasy team, man. I want some points.
He'll be celebrating tonight, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. First and goal. Oh, boy. I don't think the Barnstormers are done, man. I think they want another touchdown. Yeah, they are playing ruthlessly.
Although I'd say about 1 or 2 more plays and this game is done. Let's see if they can score before then.
The 1 minute mark will begin right now. Second down. Why not just run the ball? Just for thoughts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. He is just sniffling out that end zone. I don't think they're going home without another touchdown.
It looks like they're just outside the 5, and they're going to try and score with their last play of the game.
Oh boy.
What a way to go out, huh?
Oh boy. If they do, oh boy. How about that performance? Brought down right away. Good job defensively from the Bandits. And it looks like that's going to be it.
Unless they're greedy. Are they greedy enough?
How greedy are the Barnstormers, or will they just take the victory? I would take the victory. They will do that. They are smart. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Week 2 action concludes for this one. The Central Coast Barnstormers coming to town. They take on the East Valley Bandits. They come out on top 28-6 after a very physical game here at Big Valley Christian High. And that's how this one ends. 28-6. The Barnstormers come out on top. East Valley Bandits pick up their first loss of the season after getting completely dominated, really on every face that you could think of. For Frankie Tovar, I'm Eddie Ruiz. Everybody, part of CoachesAid.com here helping out today. Crew Chief Mike Chasko, our camera guy Mike as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for the post-game interview. And next week, you don't want to miss it as well. We'll be coming at you guys live from Yerba Buena High School. Have a good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Easter weekend. Take care. All right, and we're here with the player of the game this afternoon for the Central Coast Barnstormers, the quarterback, Corey Murphy. Corey, you had a heck of a game, and you guys beat out what was, after week 1, the highest-scoring offense in the East Valley Bandits. How did you guys do it? I know you guys probably saw that score, and you're thinking to yourselves, wow, is this team for real? Can they actually score that many? You guys kept them in check, man, and you just played a great game yourself.
Yeah, we definitely saw that score, and we were, coming into work this week and expecting, it to be a high-scoring game. But luckily the D came out and performed great. That was a big part of it. And, if I don't give up that pick 6, they hold up to a shutout. So, the O-line did a great job of giving me time as well. And the skill guys did a good job of getting open and catching the ball.
Yeah. Now you guys are 2-0. You're tied with, I believe it's the California Rogue, and I think the other team, I can't really think from the top of my head, but the fact is you guys are tied with three-way tie for first. Early on in the stages of this season, what does that kind of tell you guys where you are? How do you feel that you guys have performed here in the first 2 weeks?
We definitely feel we did good, but we know we can do better. You always got to improve, and, all the things you do good, you just got to take them with a grain of salt and try to improve. Mm-hmm. So, right now it's still early. 2-0 sounds great, but we, know that it's a marathon. So, each week you got to come out and do your best and perform.
Yeah. Next week, you guys are facing off against the Alameda County Knights. They just won their game, obviously, big time. They win. They're 2-0. You guys are 2-0. What do you expect to see with these two teams scoring off, knowing that your guys' defenses are probably some of the most top-notch defenses, I think, in the entire CDFL?
Yeah, well, the Knights are a great team, and we expect a great game next week. It's going to be a defensive battle, but we hope we can come out and put up some points and get a win.
Perfect. All right, Corey Murphy, everybody, the quarterback for the Central Coast Barnstormers. Thank you so much for everything, man. Good luck in the rest of the season, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right, that was him, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.